I'm going to be doing a SP5-8 key repair. As you can see today, I have a G key that broke. So what we're going to do is fix it. And I just want to say first before I get started is how I approach it. I have this in my play stand position, so I like to keep it that way. We're going to utilize the stand this on, but I have to remove the wood. I have a wood underneath that helps support it all the way across. If you don't do that, it's a good idea anyway. And pull it out, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. So hold on a sec. Okay, what I did is just kind of move my footstool back, which I was used for a rest, and then I also used a little stool for this side as a rest. I'm also including a couple of bar stools, which we'll use in a minute, because what we're going to do is we're going to need to take this off, and rather than unwire anything, we're going to just fold it back over and rest it on these two guys, as I'll show you here in just a minute. So our next objective here is to get underneath this guy. And underneath, I've already taken out the wood underneath, but there's a whole bunch of screws under here. We're going to have to take them all out, with exceptions of the ones down here on the far left end. That's underneath the, we'll show them to you. 1, 2, 3, 4, right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't need to take those out because they are the rocker, whatever you call those things right there, and you won't have to remove those, as you'll see in a minute. So give me a minute, a long time. This is what takes so long to take out all these. Okay, I've finished taking out all the screws except for one little screw that's right here, basically in the middle. We'll talk about that in a minute, but it's basically holding the top on, so I don't have to worry about it falling off. Real quick note about the side panels here. I took one to show you what's going on. They're held together by this kind of strange connection thing. It slides in here with the, it looks all bent. Don't think you stepped on it or anything. It just looks that way. So it slides into this slot with the bent part facing you, if you will, as you're mounting it. The other hard part is getting all these little clippy parts to line up along the edge here. Now, the reason we have to take this thing apart to show you a side shot real fast is that to get to the keys, number one, you have to back them off because of this front edge. Notice how the lip comes down here and makes a turn. We're going to have to smooth this whole chassis over so that we can back the key off and lift it up. And likewise, to get it off, we have to take the panel off, and that's what we're about to do here. And we're going to rotate this 90 degrees. Now, another thing is, it's a Phillips head that I've been using, and there's 3 if not 4 different types of screws. Make sure you collect them because they're easy to fall. I just use old CD cover, dust cover, upside down for me. You're going to need also, for I think, a couple of these things. These are toilet things, whatever, levelers, plastic ones, and one for each side, being each table, if you will. They're going to help keep, when we rock this thing 90 degrees, it's going to help it keep from wanting to fall backwards. So hold on, I'll show you what I mean. I've got the hood off, and you got to take that last screw we were talking about out, holding it kind of together as you take the screw out, and then let the thing carefully come apart, because you have these ribbon cables and connector cables that we don't want to stress. So it just happens that for me, the bar stools were the right height for all this thing that's going on, along with this original stand that I have it on the play stand. And I'm doing the screws and everything underneath, as you will. But anyway, this is the next step. And what I've also done is I've come in here and I've grabbed the chassis here. That you can grab along here, the hard metal part, and just slide it over a little bit. So I've had this gap come across so that, again, we can take this key out and lift it up. So it always is the same thing on these keyboards. That's what breaks. So let's go down here to the G that's broken, and if we can home in, you can see the broken clip right there on both sides usually. So all you have to do to get it out is just kind of pull. Be careful that those clips don't fall down in there if you can. We're going to pull the keyboard towards the front and lift up. So I can't do that and hold the camera, so hold on. I got it out, and thank goodness the pieces have not fallen apart. As you can see, they're just about to, so I need to move it real fast. So I'm in there, get rid of the old key, but I want to draw your attention to what's going on in here. There is a little spring right here, and this spring is very important. It's where it needs to be for right now, but let me get the new key, and I'll show you how things line up. I have the new key here. The keys are all marked on the end of them right here, if you can see in there, close enough to show you that it says G key. And what I'm going to have to do again is lock the front end first and then ride this thing down. Now what's happened is these clipper here's are going to clip on to this little left and right rocker sides, and that spring right there has to line up with this star right here. That's very critical when you're lining things up. So that star has to go actually inside that spring. You might have to, you know, wiggle and make sure. So it's kind of hard again for me to do, but again, back it in